Hi there and welcome to this tutorial. In this tutorial we are going to be creating a NPC dialogue system. So it's a system where you can create new talk with your NPCs and you can also create logic from this dialogue as well. So over here I have our NPC. He's going to have a small text over here and I have a few options. So let's say just for demonstration I select I am your friend. The text is going to change and we are also able to create logic based on that. So let's select I am your enemy, and as you can see the text changes based on what I have selected. And of course, just for another demonstration, let's say if I select action to leave, here I'm going to be called a coward and the conversation is over. So this is what we're going to be creating, and of course let's say if I get into here and I leave the zone of conversation, the conversation is going to disappear as well. So that's pretty much it. In order to create our NPC dialogue system, we need to first, of course, create our NPC. So for that, here in our content drawer, I'm going to right click and then blueprint class, and I'm going to select a pawn. Just like that. This is going to be our BP underscore NPC. Open this up. Over here in components, I'm going to add a skeletal mesh. And like that. I think for this skeletal mesh, I am going to be selecting this first one. And like so. So this is going to be our BP underscore NPC. I can already drag this and place in our world. So let's just go ahead and place it over here. Let's just rotate a little bit like so. And the first thing that I'm going to be doing here in our NPC is to add a sphere collision. So this is to detect when the player is close enough to have to interact with the NPC itself. Now with our sphere selected, I'm going to scale it a little bit. It's up to you how big you want this to be. I think I'm going to be using 7, 7, and 7, something like that. Now in our event graph, I am going with our sphere selected, I'm going to add on component begin overlap, and I'm going ahead and also get on component and overlap like that. So basically what I want to do is that once start to overlap, I'm going to have a call to our character and then it's going to create the widget itself. So for that, let's go into our third person blueprints, BP underscore third person character. I'm using the third person template, but this is going to work for the other types as well. So here with our BP third person character selected, I'm going to create a custom event. And I think I'm going to just name it talk like that, compile it. Now in our BP NPC on component begin overlap, I am going to get player character. You can also get the reference for the player character from here if you want. And then I'm going to cast to BP underscore third person character like that. And then I'm going to get that event talk like so. Place it over here, compile it like that. Now this event, the first thing that I need to do with this event is to create the widget itself. For that, I'm going to get create widget, and then I'm going to also be promoting this to a variable. This is going to be our y underscore talk, and then I'm going to be adding this to viewport like that. But I don't have any widget selected, so I need to create the widget itself. So for that, I'm going to our content drawer. Over in our content, I'm going to right click. Then I'm going into a user interface and I'm going to select widget blueprint like that. This is going to be a user widget and this is going to be our y underscore talk. Open this up. Over here, I'm going to select the canvas panel, place it over here. And the first thing that I want to do is to get the name of our NPC. For that, I'm going to just get a text over here, place in our canvas panel. I think I'm going to just, oops, not that. I'm going to just be dragging this, and I think somewhere around here would be good. The anchor is going to be for the middle. Oops. The anchor is going to be for the middle. And the text, I think I'm going to just name it our NPC, like that. Justification, yeah, that should be good. Also size to content. Now compile it, save it. The next thing that I'm going to be doing is to get the conversation or the first message from our NPC to our player. For that, I'm going to just be dragging this text box, placing it over here. This, actually, I'm not going to be using this one. I think I'm going to be using a normal text. Just place it over here, drag this around. So this is going to be for the name. I think around here it's going to be for the text, and then down here is going to be for the options. So this anchor is going to be for the middle as well. For now, I'm going to just name it hi there, just for testing, and justification, and also size to content, like that. This is going to be a variable. So this text is going to be text underscore, let's name it text first actually NPC underscore reply, like that. Now here in our graph, I'm going to be creating a function. This function is going to be for to update that reply. So for that, it's going to be update underscore actually update reply, like that. Then I'm going to get this text NPC reply, and I'm going to be setting text, set text, and I think I'm going to be using, yeah, I'm not sure if I think for now I'm going to leave it like that, and then later on I'm going to come back here and fix this. So compile, save it, and let's see, now I am able to select our Y talk, so I'm going to be doing that. Compile, save it. And now if I go into our game, if I approach this NPC, it should be able to see, yeah. I still need to have the options to be able to see our mouse cursor and so on. So for that, the first thing that I'm going to be doing is here, once it starts this event, is to get player controller, and then I'm going to set the mouse cursor, and then set this to true, and then set ignore look input, set this to true as well, like that, and place it over here. Yeah, compile it, save it. So now when it starts, I'm able to see the mouse, and I'm able to select the options that I don't have yet. So to create the options, I'm going back into our widget and into the tab of designer. I'm going to select a vertical box, place into our canvas panel. Then inside this vertical box, I'm going to get a button, and then I'm going to also get a text. I think for this demonstration, I'm going to have, let's say, three options is pretty good for this demonstration. Let's just size this a little bit, something like that should be good. Something like this. The anchor is going to be for the middle as well. Size to, actually not this one. Here in the button, I'm going to be selecting fill, and I'm going to be copying this, pasting it again and again. So the first button is going to be, let's say, first underscore option. The next one is going to be second underscore option. Actually, I just name it button so that I don't forget. Just start button, copy this name, paste it over here, and this one's going to be for the third option. Yeah, that should be pretty good. And this text is going to change as well, so I need to make it a variable. So this text is going to be for text first option, copy this name, make the same thing over there. This is for the second option, is a variable, and the same thing over here, this time for the third option. It's a variable as well. So that should be pretty good. So now if I go into our NPC, I'm able to see the options, but nothing happens yet and it's not updating. So the first thing that you need to do is to update the message over here. For that, here in our, I think I'm going to be setting this in the NPC itself. There are multiple ways to set this up. So this is the simpler way. if you have a lot of conversation, a lot of message between your NPCs and your player, then you should set this using a struct and using data tables and so on. But for this demonstration, I think I'm going to be using a simple array. Yeah, actually, first I'm going to create a variable that's going to be a simple, rename this. So this is going to be NPC underscore reply text. And I'm going to select text like that. So this is going to be the first option. By default, I think I'm going to be setting something like, let's say, are you friend or enemy? Just a normal question so that I'm able to give a small demonstration. And once it starts to overlap, I think I'm going to be giving this to there, or I could give it a call. Not sure what would be the best way. I think here in the event talk in the third person character, I'm going to create an input that's going to be able to type actor object reference, and this is going to be our NPC. And I think I'm going to be promoting this to a variable as well. So just promote to a variable like that. And then here in our NPC, I'm going to get a reference for self like that. Compile it, save it. And once it starts the conversation, I'm going to be updating that text. For that, I'm going to get this white talk reference. And I'm going to have to make a cast to our white talk. So just cast to y underscore talk over here. And then I'm going to get this event that I have created that is update reply. So just get update reply like that. And I could make another input for the text, but I think would be a good to have a reference for our NPC in there as well. So I think I'm going to be adding a new input over here so that I know from where the reply is coming from. So I'm going to just get a new variable. Actually, here I'm going to create a new input. That's going to be our NPC as well. And the type is going to be after object reference like that. Compile, save it. And I'm going to be getting this over here, and I'm going to be promoting this to a variable so that I'm able to access this in other places if I need. And then from our NPC, I think I'm going to be making actually I just need to get NPC reply text, so I'm going to just be getting that. See, yeah, I would need to make a cast. Yeah, so I think I'm going to be doing making a cast over here. Cast should be p underscore NPC like that. Place this over here, and I think it was named NPC reply text, so just get NPC reply get NPC reply text, this one over here, and then place in text, set text, and yeah, that should be good. Compile this, save it, let me take a look. So it's going, yeah, I still need to give the reference for our NPC. For that, I'm going to just drag this actor over here, because I'm setting it here to reference, and then I'm going to give it back over here to our widget. Now compile it, save it, and let's see. Yeah, should work. Let's see. So as you can see, is updating are you friend or enemy. So now I need to update the text on this option as well, but it's going to be a little bit different. Mainly what I want to do is that he's going to have three options, and then I want you to have logical behaviors that you can be able to create based on the three options that your NPC has. And of course, you can expand this if you want. But to make that, I think I'm going to be creating first. I think I'm going to be creating an array with the options for our player. So that's going to be different from every NPC that you have in your game. For that reason, I'm not going to be setting over here. I'm going to be setting over here. So create a variable, and this is going to be our player underscore options. And this is going to be type text, but this time is going to be array. Compile it, and let's just create three. The first one is going to be, let's say, I am your Right. The next one is going to be I am your enemy. And the last one is going to be, let's say, option to leave without saying anything. Like that. And I'll compile it, save it. Now we need to update our player options. For that, here in our whiteout, I think I'm going to be creating a new function. Yeah, I think I'm going to be creating a new function over here that is to update our options, our player options. So over here, I have a reference for our NPC. The first thing that I'm going to be doing is to cast to BP underscore NPC, and then I'm going to get options, I don't know, sorry, yeah, get player options, this one over here. And then from this, I'm going to just like get reference. And I think I'm going to be, yeah, to make things a little bit easier here in our content folder, I'm going to right click, then I'm going into blueprint, and I'm going to select an operation. Let's name this E underscore, let's say player options. This is going to be our num for our play options. So I'm going to just add 3. So the first one will be for first option, second option, and then third option, like that. So now from here, I'm going to be create a new variable that's going to be our e underscore player options, and I'm going to be selecting that enum that we have just created. So let me search for it. Player options, yeah, this one over here. Just select that, compile it, save it. Now get this into here, get actually integer, like that. And then I'm going to be setting this over here. And then, yeah, so let me see. I could do this in multiple ways. I could select create a new integer value, but I think this could be useful later on. So I could create, instead of using this, I could select a new integer value, just be adding one more after each selection. But I think this would be a little bit easier to implement for other parts as well. So now I am going to get our, let's say the first one is going to be for the text. So text first option, get it over here, and then get set text. And basically what I'm going to be doing is to get a sequence. This is going to have 3 pins, and I'm going to be placing this over here, copy this over here, and then here. Now delete the reference for the text first option, and then get text second option, and then third option, like that. And then I'm going to just be getting yeah, I think, yeah, I'm going to be just be getting the text here, here, and here, over here, here, and here from our sequence. Yeah, that's pretty good. So by default, this I think is going to be on the first option. And basically what I'm going to be doing is to get this option over here, and I'm going to be changing for the second one here. And for the third one, actually just copy this and place it over here. For to update this, you could also set it here, would not be a problem. If you're using a struct and a table, it would be a little bit easier to set this part, but it will take a lot longer. Using this method is a little bit easier if you don't have that much text. So that should be it to update that. Let's test this on game. And it's not updating for some reason. Let me see what's the problem. The problem is actually very simple, and basically I just forgot to call this event to update option. So for that, here in our event graph in the event construct, I'm going to just be calling that option to update our options like that. And also another mistake over here, I have selected second option instead of third. Compile it, save it, and now should be working fine. And it's not working for some reason. Let's see. Yeah, I should make a delay in our whiteout event graph over here. Let's just get a small delay of, let's say, yeah, that should be good enough. compile, save it, let's see now. Yeah, now as you can see, I am your friend, I am your enemy, or just leave. Since this video is already bigger than I was planning it to be, I decided to cut it in two parts, so I'm going to be leaving this part as it is right now, and in the next video we are going to see the end of this dialogue system. Thanks a lot for watching, and I hope to see you again soon. Visit train.memtinteract.com and enroll in this course to get all source files. Use coupon code MEMT to enroll for free.